Okay, time for a late night video. You know what? These are always exciting. I love making videos this late at night, especially since it's 10:45 p.m. on the East Coast in Pennsylvania. And the first game of the playoffs happened, and let's just say, although neither of my teams are in it, this was a very fun game. Boston versus Washington. There was goaltending changes, there was replacements, there was trickle-in goals, there was top shelf goals. It was really just a mesh of a lot here. It was a lot of a fight-filled game. It was goals. It was a very fun game. So, you started off with Vitek Vanacek starting. We'll get into the Vanacek thing later, but for right now, he's starting. And Samsonov still out with COVID. Craig Anderson backs him up. Boston defenseman Kevin Miller was also in the lineup tonight. That is also notable. Didn't really hear his name too much, so I guess he didn't play that big of a role. In the first period, it started off with a huge Ovechkin hit on David Krejci. That's what it started with. It was just massive. It was a big one to start off the game. And then there was a Pastrnak chance that came up the other way, and it was stopped by Vanacek. It was also Boston's first shot of the game. Washington was taking a pretty big lead in the shot totals there as well. And then it was a goal. Tom Wilson took advantage of Charlie McAvoy's stick breaking from Oshie and Sprong. Oshie had himself one heck of a night and scored a big top shelf goal, which I'm sure made a lot of fans around the world not very happy. So, we're just going to leave it at that. And I mean, I was on FaceTime with one of my best friends who's a Canes fan the whole game, and she doesn't like Tom Wilson. So when Wilson scored and I jumped up, she wasn't happy. Anyways, Tuukka Rask made a big stop on Nick Jensen. It was actually a pretty good opportunity by Jensen. He had himself a good game too. He had a couple of opportunities here and there. And then there was a penalty where John Carlson got a delay of game penalty. It surprised me because he just fired the puck. It went out, and then they're like, you know what? Nah, we're calling a delay of game on you. And, yeah. Backstrom had a shot that was denied by Rask. It was a pretty good opportunity, shorthanded. By the way, the penalty was killed off. And then you had a goal. Jake DeBrusk, who everyone was saying, oh, trade him to Seattle. He tied the game up here in Washington off of a Lazon pass. And then it led to this. Vanacek got hurt. Okay, so it was off the faceoff. He sprawled back, tried doing the splits to stop the puck. He failed. And he also got hurt. So Craig Anderson, who turns 40 on Friday, same age as Patrick Sharp, by the way. He comes in, which, mind you, hasn't played a game in the playoffs since 2017 with the Ottawa Senators, and we all remember how that went. So, Anderson comes in. My mass respect for him still keeps going. When he signed with Washington, I was pretty happy as to, him. He is a pretty good veteran goalie. And he came in right away and stopped the Grzelcyk shot, which was actually a pretty good opportunity by Grzelcyk. And the shots were 7-4 Washington with about 6 minutes left. Washington was really outplaying the Capitals. Washington was really outplaying Boston for the majority of this game. There really wasn't a point where I was saying, okay, Boston really has the upper hand here. There was a Backstrom chance that got stopped by Tuukka Rask as well. He had a lot of opportunities. Backstrom did. A lot. Oshie was out for a little bit, but then came back. I was confused to that as well. And then Justin Schultz got a penalty for tripping. That was killed off. I didn't put that in my notes, but it was indeed killed off. And the net, this is the final note I have here for the first period. The net just said nope on Craig Anderson. That was funny because I think it was Char that pushed him into the net. You love when your phone runs out of storage in the middle of a clip. So we're going to try and speed this up a little bit. The net just says nope on Anderson. The net just falls, and he looks like he's sitting on it. The refs don't even notice anything. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. A little bit of a cutoff from the last clip, but my storage said no. Second period now. Ovechkin had a big drive that was stopped by Rask. Ovechkin was looking for a goal. He didn't get one today. He got an assist off of a tip, and yeah. Krejci also got a tip, and it was denied by Craig Anderson. So Anderson was having himself a pretty good game. Carlson with a 3-on-1 shot wide. I saw that a lot today. They had a lot of 3-on-1s, a lot of 2 and 3-on-1s. The Capitals did, so the Bruins may need to look into that. And Charlie McAvoy had a nice clean hit on Nick Dowd. I gotta give him that. He had a nice clean hit, and then there was a goal. At first we thought it was Alex Ovechkin, but then I was like, no, it's Brendan Dillon off of the Mantha assist, and it was 2-1 Washington. And then Jeremy Lauzon got a cross-checking penalty that could very well get reviewed and maybe get suspended. I'm not saying that as like an official, but it very well could. It was killed off. There was a scruffle between various players, a lot of different players off of that cross-check. And the shots were 17-10 Washington with 9 minutes left. And Ovechkin, this is a big example of playoff hockey. He had a 3-minute long shift. 2 minutes and 41 seconds. That's the playoffs for you. A huge opportunity for the Caps in the crease stays out, surprisingly. And then there was a penalty for Dmitry Orlov, who had a high sticking. And the Bruins capitalized. That was Nick Ritchie off of Pastrnak and McAvoy power play goal. And then with just a couple seconds left, Lars Eller hit a post on a 3-on-1. So there you go again. 3-on-1. That's one thing you need to work on. The Bruins need to lock down on their defense. In the third period now, Ovechkin had a shot that drove wide. Notice how in every single thing here, Ovechkin's always the first thing. Interesting. There was a penalty for Michael Raffl. He was not happy for tripping. And honestly, as a Michael Raffl fan, I don't blame him. Got killed off. The shots were 25-20 in favor of Washington with 9 minutes left. Oshie's helmet then gets knocked off by Lauzon. There's no call. And it stays on there for about like 4 minutes. And I'm just looking at the helmet the whole time. I'm like, yeah. So there was also another wide Oshie shot that was denied by Rask. Oshie getting his name listed a lot in here. Then you go to overtime. And Oshie wins it. But no, it goes to reviewing for offside. And then Dowd wins it. Because the tip was off of Dowd, and the Washington Capitals take Game 1 of this playoff series for 3-2 in overtime. So, final score is 3-2. 3 starts of the game according to NBC, although they're usually bullshit. DeBrusk got the first star, Ovechkin got the second, and Oshie got the third. Don't ask. The shots, hits, penalty minutes, and faceoffs. Shots were 32-26 in favor of the Capitals. The hits were 51-41 in favor of the Caps as well. Penalty minutes, Washington had 2 penalty minutes. Boston had 2 penalty minutes. Washington had 8. And then the faceoffs marker, 60% for Boston, 40% for Washington. That's really the only thing that they dominated on this thing here. Boston did. And yeah, Washington leads 1-0 in a game that really looked like it was in Washington's favor for the majority of it. I'll be brutally honest. Boston kind of came into this a bit outplayed. I'll be completely honest, and they're going to be focusing on that for Monday when Game 2 comes along. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below on the game. Let me know who you think is going to win this series or win the next game. Thank y'all for the support. We're only 3 subscribers away from 800. Last I checked, it could very well be 2 or 1 or maybe we're at 800. I have no idea. So we should hit it within the next couple of days. Thank y'all for watching, for all your support, and I will see you guys tomorrow where we will preview the North Division playoff series and also review the 3 games on tomorrow, which could very well be I might not be able to, or at least not get a lot out of the games as I did in this one, because I have hockey tomorrow, I go to my mom's tomorrow, I have a lot of things going on, so the series preview may be pushed back to Monday, both of them very well could be, and yeah, we'll have a lot to discuss, in a couple days. So anyways, thank you all for watching, for all your support, and I will see you guys in the next video.